Thank you, Honorable President, distinguished delegates. The State of Israel welcomes the exercise to create more synergies between the Human Rights Council and the General Assembly. The Human Rights Council is the principal intergovernmental body within the UN system, responsible for promoting universal respect for the protection of all human rights and fundamental freedoms for all, without distinction of any kind, and in a fair and equal manner. The Human Rights Council's declared mission is commendable, and Israel has actively contributed to its positive initiatives, including co-leading with Argentina, Germany, and Greece the resolution on countering cyberbullying, which was adopted by consensus. Such collaborative efforts demonstrate the Council's potential when it focuses on genuine human rights challenges that affect all nations. Honorable President, I would like to take this opportunity to reiterate the following. Israel remains committed to international law and to ensuring the flow of humanitarian aid to Gaza. We will continue working on humanitarian assistance, including vaccinations, deliveries, and distribution of humanitarian aid, no matter the challenges. And even though it is now clear and known that the assistance entering Gaza is abused and looted by Hamas and does not reach the population in need. Honorable Chair, as a democratic nation, the State of Israel is dedicated to the protection of human rights, to the promotion of peace, and the adherence to principles that safeguard the dignity and welfare of all individuals. However, the Council has regrettably devolved into an arena for political persecution and undermines the very values it was established to uphold. A stark illustration of the systematic bias is evident in Council Agenda Item 7, the only one of the 10 permanent agenda items which focuses on a particular situation. In fact, this item represents a systematic and institutional singling out of Israel within the Human Rights Council. Within its undefined scope and unlimited duration, without a sunset clause, the Commission of Inquiry against Israel serves a demonstration of the Council's disproportionate fixation on Israel, in addition to selecting its members specifically for their predetermined antagonistic positions towards Israel. The Council also fails to condemn anti-Semitic remarks and stark hate speech made by special rapporteurs. Claiming their so-called independence should not be a free pass of approval for spreading lies, incitement, and anti-Semitic tropes with a UN stamp. Special procedures mandate holders are increasingly acting outside the scope of their mandate. They are also producing communications, reports, and press releases based on unchecked, unreliable information. Mandate holders are using their UN-affiliated platforms to outrightly disseminate disinformation and hate speech. Despite repeated complaints, the Human Rights Council, the Coordination Committee, and the OHCHR have not taken any action. The United Nations not only shields anti-Semitism, it has shamefully become a platform for it. This must be forcefully condemned and eradicated, maintaining the Special Procedures Code of Conduct of ensuring universality, objectivity, and non-selectivity. The resolution under Item 7 and the reports of the COI focus solely on Israel, while deliberately ignoring the grave human rights violations perpetrated by Hamas and other terror organizations against Israel, allowing them to act with complete impunity and hold no accountability. Hamas continues to brutally oppress the population in Gaza, systematically exploiting civilians by embedding military infrastructure within residential and humanitarian areas. They have transformed civilian infrastructure, including hospitals, schools, and places of worship, into military installations. Yet, in the face of these violations of international law and human rights, and the total lack of accountability for these actions, the Council maintains a deafening silence. Similarly, under Agenda Item 2 on the annual reports, We see yet additional anti-Israel resolutions with a harsh language and false accusations, which should not be acceptable. They do not take into account the reality on the ground. They highlight Israel and ignore every other party to the conflict. Both items in the Human Rights Council attack the very foundations of Israel's legitimacy, portraying it as racist, denying its very basic right to exist, define its national and civic identity. Honorable President, how can the Council justify its activities in promoting its stated objectives when it operates in such a selective and biased manner? Israel welcomes constructive dialogue and legitimate criticism and has consistently demonstrated its commitment to engaging in balanced discussion about human rights. However, genuine critique must be distinguished from politically motivated targeting. We remain committed to our vision of a world where human rights and dignity are universally protected, where every person enjoys equal rights, regardless of their religion, race, gender, or beliefs. We call upon the Human Rights Council to end this hypocrisy, stop the blatant political bias against Israel, return to the fundamental purpose for which the Council exists. Only then can this Council truly fulfill its mandate of promoting and protecting human rights for all. I will use the opportunity to also remind delegations here in this room that 101 hostages, including women, children, and the elderly, are still held in brutal conditions by Hamas. Israel will continue to do everything possible to bring them home. The State of Israel has the right and duty to protect its citizens from terrorist organizations. At the same time, the State of Israel remains firmly committed to acting within the framework of international law, independent of any legal proceedings against it. Thank you.